Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It wasn't really a request, but somebody said that my normal voice is soothing or comforting or something. So I decided to do a about me, not whispering, but a little more soft spoken. I'm not gonna scream at you or anything. I'm actually gonna take these off because they are, well, I guess that's reflecting too. But I wish I would have had this video up for you guys a little sooner. I actually did 4 videos yesterday. The same thing that I'm doing tonight. But I had realized that I was using the wrong mic on my computer 3 of the times, and then the 4th time I didn't hit record on my phone. So forgive me on it taking a little bit of time. But I'm actually kind of glad that those videos didn't work out, because I was kind of just rambling and not really giving you any information. So tonight I actually wrote down a few things in my notebook about like what to talk about. And so I wanted to start off with saying that my name is Samantha. My name's actually Samantha Elizabeth. I was named after Elizabeth Montgomery playing Samantha on Bewitched. I have her sister, and her name is Jasmine Rose, and she was named after flowers. So I don't have any flowers or anything. My sister and I were born in Guam on a Navy base in Agana Heights, and I moved away from there when I was 2, so I don't really remember any of it. Obviously I have hobbies. I have things I like to do. I really enjoy writing. I'm left-handed, so it's a little hard to write without smearing things. I love calligraphy. I'm not good at it, but I love trying. And I did tattoos for a while, and I think I did too many tattoos, and my hands are actually really weak, so it kind of hurts to write now. But it's still something I really do enjoy doing. And again, it's the act of writing, not like writing stories. Not that good yet. I'm not even good at talking to you, and you're not really even here. I like playing video games. I'm not like I go to video game conventions or anything. Not yet. Maybe eventually. But I love Kingdom Hearts. I'm a really big Disney fan, so the fact that they came like Square Enix was like Final Fantasy and Disney, I was like, yes. There's a game called Disgaea that not a lot of people know about, but I like to look at it as like a sploof SRPG, not SPRG. SRPG, so strategy role-playing game, and it's like Final Fantasy Tactics, where you put your little person on a square, and then you move everybody you need to move, and you tell them their commands, and then you hit, and you're like, everybody do this. Disgaea is probably one of my favorite games. The God of War games. I played God of War 3, and I loved it. And then they came out with God of War 4, and I was like, oh my god, this is the most beautiful game there is. It's gorgeous. It's in depth. It's wonderful. I really wish I got to play like God of War 1 and 2. I'd love to see what those are about. What other games? I convinced my boyfriend to play Little Big Planet, because we were looking for like a 2-player game. So if you guys have any like 2-player PlayStation 4 games that you guys know of that's fun, that's not racing and shooting, because neither of us like the racing or shooting games, let me know, because that'd be great. I live near the beach I live in Southern California, and I live about 3 or 4 miles from the beach, so almost every morning I take my dog to the beach, or my boyfriend, I take her to the beach, and we walk up and down, and I look for shells. I enjoy doing makeup. I got into makeup actually a little more recently, not like in the last year, but like in the past 5 years. And I don't always wear a lot of it, but sometimes I really like to go all out. Disney. I wrote Disney on here really pretty. But I love Disney. I like the stories. They're very innocent, they're fun, the songs are great. Obviously, as you can tell, I'm reading from the Disney book and like the Grimm fairy tales. So I've gone to Disneyland once, and I got one of the little autograph books. I went to Disneyland not last November, but the November before, and I couldn't get everybody's autographs. I got Ariel's, Cinderella's, Snow White, and Aladdin, Jasmine. I couldn't find Belle. I couldn't stop Gaston. And Rapunzel and Flynn were busy doing a play. Oh, I got Peter Pan's too. But that was it. So I'm hoping like the next time I go back, I can actually get more signatures. A little bit about where I work. I'm a ballroom dance instructor for a very large ballroom dance company. And I've been with them for about 2 years. And it's actually a lot of fun when you tell somebody that you're a ballroom dance instructor. They're like, is that a job? Like, you get paid to do that? Yes, I get paid to do that. And my boyfriend and I are dance partners, and we've competed 3 times professionally, and we didn't expect to do as well as we did. And when I tell you the places, you're like, oh, that's not that great. But for a new dance partners, it's very hard. It's very political in the dance world. For our first competition, we didn't place at all. I think that was actually, we knew we weren't going to do that good, because if the judges don't know you, they're not going to look at you. So our second competition was in Seattle, and we placed 4th in smooth, which is waltz and tango, and we placed 4th in rhythm, which is rumba and cha-cha. I was crying. I was so happy. I was like, I can't believe we made finals. It was a really good feeling. And then our last competition was actually one of the biggest competitions that my company does, and we placed 5th in smooth, and we didn't place in rhythm. I was still really happy to place 5th in that large of a competition, but I was still upset that we didn't place in rhythm. And again, I think it was all very political. Like I was talking about my dance partner, when he started at my company, he was actually a student, and he had been a student for about 5 years. So he was a far better dancer than I was as a teacher. And when he became staff, he wanted to either become a pro or stop dancing entirely. So my company hired him, and it was about 3 months, and nobody asked him to be his dance partner. So I was like, can I ask him to be my dance partner without getting in trouble? Because I figured his teacher was going to become his dance partner, and she didn't want a dance partner at the time. So I asked her permission, and she said I could. We did so many practices and so many coachings, and the reason I'm as good of a dancer as I am now is because of him. He's absolutely amazing, and he's very easy to talk to, and just a fun person to be around. And he doesn't get angry. We've been together for almost a year, and he doesn't get angry. It's wonderful. I love it so much. My dog that I was talking about earlier, her name is Sadie, and like, I know everybody's like, My dog is the best dog in the world. No, your dog is not the best dog in the world. My dog is the best dog in the world. And if I can like learn how to do like the picture-in-picture thing, I'll put like a little picture of her like right here or something. She's so cute. I used to take her to work with me every day, and she loves everybody. She wants to sit in your lap. She wants you to hold her. And my boyfriend used to, like, when he was teaching a group class at work, he would hold her and teach class. And I have some pictures of like the students laying on the floor with her and just having her sit in their lap. She's really the best dog. She only barks if I'm the only one home and she hears something, or if she thinks I'm the only one home and she hears somebody coming through the door. She doesn't bark if it's like if my boyfriend's home with her and she thinks like, oh, I'm coming home. She won't bark. So she's wonderful. She really is, I promise. I got her when I was living in Wyoming. This is a kind of funny story. I was living in a trailer park in Wyoming, and this dog across the street would not shut the hell up. And I was getting really pissed off. Like, I worked graveyards. I was working 11 to 7 or 11 to 11. And not only was I having to deal with the sun while trying to sleep, I had to deal with this dog. So I walked across the street and I was like, ma'am, your dog really needs to like stop barking. There's nothing to bark at. It's just going off. And she was like, if you could bear with me, I'm actually going to put her down next week. And I was like, hold up. Why? I truly hope it's not just because of the barking, because that can be worked on. She's like, no, I work too much and I can't handle her and we don't want her anymore. I'm like, her stuff, her food, her clothes, whatever she has, and her in my house now. I don't care. And I came home with a dog, and my boyfriend at the time came home from work, and he's like, what the hell is that? I was like, that is a dog. Another dog. A different kind of dog, but a dog nonetheless. And she was so like badly matted and malnourished. When he came home, I was like shaving her, and her skin was like being tugged by these mats, and I shaved her and I gave her a bath, and I like went and bought her new food that was like actually good for her. And from that moment on, she was my dog. She didn't want to be around like my boyfriend and like the other dogs. She just wanted to be in my lap. And then she got more comfortable with everything else, and she was just the best dog ever. I don't know why anybody would want to put her down. That story kind of pisses me off, but it's funny at the same time. But in the end, I came home with the best dog ever. Again, I might put another picture because she's really cute. Yeah, she's a small dog, but she's not like a yapper. Like I said, doesn't bark. So like I said, I live in California, and I had lived in Wyoming. I spent most of my life in Missouri. I lived in a town called Hillsboro. Not a very big town. I lived on 178 acres. And we had our own lake. You couldn't see the road from the house. You couldn't hear the neighbors. It was all really nice. And I lived from like second grade until I was 23, and then I moved to Wyoming. I went back and forth between here's not a timeline, but here's the states in order: Guam, California, Arizona, Missouri, Wyoming, Oregon, Missouri, California. I lived in 8 places. Not 8 different states, but 8 different places. And then I moved to California 4 days before the Thomas fire. So when I moved out here, I had my dog and my boyfriend at the time has 2 cats. And when the fires happened, we had woken up to our apartment filled with smoke. Not like engulfed in smoke, but full of smoke. And we were like, we're gonna lose all of our stuff. We just got here. We spent every last dime we had to move out here and get our jobs and to be here. And people were like, come with us. We can get you to where you're going to be safe, but you have to leave your animals. So we stayed with our animals, because I am not going to leave them like that ever. We got air filters and whatever we needed to make sure they were safe and to make sure that ourselves were safe. And then we didn't get affected. Our place was still there. It didn't burn down, but I did meet a few people whose places were either damaged or destroyed, and it was very devastating. And then a year later, the Woolsey fire happened, and again, I was unaffected, but I met a lot more people whose homes were destroyed. And again, devastating. But to end this video, I wanted to talk about like my love for ASMR and why I have decided to start making them myself. I followed ASMR since 2011. The reason I came across it was because of a friend of mine was talking about a song. She's like, what's a song where they whisper? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's called the Whisper Song. And I went to YouTube and I went to type in the Whisper Song, and I only typed in the whisper. An ASMR video just popped up and I just started binging. I was like, what is this? Why is this so calming? This is just amazing. And in June, I came across Maria Gentle Whisperings. I came across her videos, and I think I watched her video like the day after it came out, and I've watched her ever since. And to see, I still go back and I watch some of her older videos for motivation. Like her newer videos, she's so calm and collective and comfortable doing what she does. But in her older videos, you can see how nervous she was to step out and do these things. And I was like, I have to start doing this. I have to contribute at some point. So my first 2 videos, I believe, I was using a shitty little tripod that wasn't really holding my phone. I had a MacBook Pro. Like, I have a video that says like why I wasn't making videos, but I had a MacBook Pro and the new Samsung phone, and it would not allow for me to transfer the videos onto the computer, so I couldn't edit them. So I tried editing them on my phone as best as I could, and probably at some point I'm going to redo those videos to make them sound just a little better, because there's a lot of background noise. I thought that this was the front of the microphone, and it sounds just a little different when you talk on that side. So I did a little more research. I was like, oh, this is why they sound like shit. So I sold my MacBook, and I bought myself a new HP NV360. So it's an all-in-one laptop, and it folds in half into a tablet, and it has been amazing so far. I love it. I was very, I didn't know if I really wanted a touchscreen, because back in the day I bought a touchscreen, like, desktop from Gateway, and it wasn't that great. And so I really like this touchscreen. It's very responsive. I bought this microphone first. Actually, this was my first motivation to doing ASMR videos. Was I bought the microphone. I really wanted the white one, but I couldn't find it. So I watched a video where a woman said that to get a lot of background noise and like shaking sounds out of your microphone, you needed to get it off that stand that I have back there, that thing, and to buy a boom stand. So I bought the mic and the boom stand at the same time, and they sat in the corner of my bedroom for 5 months. And I was like, okay, time to make my first video. And the first few videos I made, after the first two that are like done in a bedroom, I realized that the sound was trash. The acoustics were not good. So I asked my boyfriend if I could use his office to make my videos. And he's like, let me clean it first. So we spent some time in here cleaning. And I realized that the acoustics in here are really good. So I decided to start using this full time. And then the lights that are on the ceiling in here get really hot. And they make me sweat. So he has a desk lamp that I was using a few times, and I was like, I feel like I need more. And there's a really cool light back here. I don't know if you can see it. Hold on. It's not on yet, but there's that really cute light back there. That's like triangular. And of course you can't see it, so I'm just gonna shut it off. But that did not produce enough light to like light up my face and make me seem a little more lively. So I bought a tripod ring light. As you can see, the reflection of this computer. It's not like a massive ring light or anything, so I was like, I'm just starting out, so I'm gonna try to use whatever I can. And then I didn't want to buy a camera because I don't have a lot of money. So I decided to use my phone, which is a Samsung Galaxy Note S10, or the Note 10 Plus, and it has an amazing camera. So the tripod I bought has a phone holder, and it works just great. I'm really happy with the setup I have. I'm just really hoping to get maybe a different chair. I like my chair. It doesn't make any noise anymore. My boyfriend's leather chair is right here. That is very creaky. Other than that, I'm just hoping to make a lot of videos, because this is something I've wanted to do for a long time, and I finally built up the courage to do it. I don't know if you heard that in the background. That's my boyfriend's dad. He's yelling at Trump on the TV. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have about me. I'm free to answer most questions about myself if you have anything to ask. And again, if you guys have any request, please feel free to ask. I did a request for the Giving Tree. One of my viewers requested that, and I didn't have the book, and I went and bought it. So I'm down to try anything except for like if it has a backdrop. I obviously can't do that. If it's reading, I can do it. Q&As, I'd love to do a Q&A. So if you guys have anything that comes to mind, let me know. Alright? Thank you guys. Like, subscribe.